Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. Here Lucas from Mars coming at you with another episode here as we will finish out this championship series between these, the four teams that are in the championship series right now. Chicago right now leading this NLCS 3-2, and we will move on here. We will decide the winner of the pennant here for the National and American League today, as we continue with the playoffs here. So a 3-2 series lead for Chicago. They had a 3-1 series lead at the end of the last episode, but they did not lose, they lost Game 5. They lost Game 6. There you can see a little series recap between these two teams here as we get this game going. Tristan McKenzie on the mound here today for the Chicago Blue Sox. Cal Quantrill on for Atlanta and the Crusaders. Cal Quantrill very, very good, so he's a very big surprise for Atlanta this year, pitching side, and they really needed him to be as good as he was this season. And Tristan McKenzie, he's a young pitcher, and he did pretty well in the regular season. He did pitch 6 innings, 6.1 innings in the playoffs so far, and not a great ERA there, and not a great whip, but he goes into this game, and he's going to have to face a tough lineup here. We're trying to close the series out for Chicago. So start with Brian Reynolds, who's batting .304 with a home run and an RBI in the playoffs, and that's a strikeout on a 93-mile-an-hour pitch. High and on the outside part of the zone. Brian Reynolds trying to check his swing, but I think they call it a strike. Strike 3 called there on the corner. So now Xander Bogaerts here, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 7 for 20 at-bats in this postseason here. And he swings, and he is to fly ball deep into left field. Soto is there, and he makes the catch near the warning track. So that ends the top half of the first, and now we go to Cal Quantrill here in the bottom half. But Cal Quantrill really struggled in his first postseason start for Atlanta, only going 4.2 innings and giving up a lot of runs, a 2.79 whip, and a 9.64 ERA. And so Christian Pache here, he's got 10 hits so far on the 2026 postseason. He's doing an incredible job as his team's leadoff hitter, batting .385 right now in the playoffs. 3-1 pitch to him here. He is outside for ball 4. So a walk here to Christian Pache will put a man on first to begin the ball game for Chicago. So Pache on base, and now it's Tristan Casas, who's done all right so far this postseason. A homer, a couple of ribbies, and he swings and launches one into right field. That one is deep at the wall, and he looks up and it's gone. Home run, Tristan Casas. And Chicago jumping on top here in the first inning. It's 2-0. Great start to Game 6 here for Chicago. Tristan Casas, his second home run of the postseason. And into left field, and into right field, and it just kept going. Kept carrying 404 feet. Man, what a big swing. And now Rhys Hoskins swings and misses. Got a 94-mile-an-hour pitch there for the strikeout, and out number 2. And now Carlos Correa swinging and lining one to third base. That is taken care of for the out. But man, you get the 2-0 lead here early on in the game off of the Tristan Casas homer. And so we are done with an inning here, done with 1 here in Chicago, and the Blue Sox taking a 2-0 lead after the first. We go to the top of the inning here, and now coming up to the plate is Bryce Harper. He's really struggled in this playoffs. Only 4 hits in 22 at-bats in this postseason with a 182 average. So now 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. 79 off-speed pitch, and man, Bryce Harper just cannot hit that. Jesse Winker now 0-2 to him. Is another strikeout. 3 or 4 Ks, I believe, on the night already for Tristan McKenzie, who is starting out really well And you got to look at the postseason bracket, a 3-2 series lead for the Red Wings as well in the ALCS. So 2 teams trying to punch their tickets to the playoff and to the World Series. Tony Cavaco, he will line one right to the third baseman, Tristan Casas, to end the inning. And so a good start, a good couple of innings to begin the night for Tristan McKenzie here as we are through 2, and it's still a 2-0 lead, bottom of the third inning now, and that's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. And I believe number 2 on the night for Cal Contrell. And now a 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. The second one of the inning for Cantrell, who walks out of a little jam there to end the third inning here, as they had a man on base, and Reese Hoskins not able to get to a man on second, and he could not drive that runner on home. So we go to the top of the fourth inning here. Man on first base with a full count pitch to Scott is a ground ball over to second for 1, on to first, and that is a double play. So 2 down now in the inning, and here is Xander Bogaerts. 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, their best hitter in the postseason, and he strikes out on a high off-speed pitch there at 86. And so, man, Tristan McKenzie, 4 and 5 strikeouts so far, only 1 hit through 4 innings. He has been dominant so far. And so Carlos Correa, he also swings and misses, and a lot of strikeouts here by these 2 pitchers in this game, as Carlos Correa swinging right through that inside pitch for a strikeout. So So-Ching Chang, again, besides that home run, he's really been pretty good in this game, and it's going to be a fly ball deep into left field. That one is going to carry, and that one is going to be gone. J.J. Bleday, he will send one into the seats, and it's 3-0 Chicago. Great swing by J.J. Bleday, and another home run here for the Blue Sox tonight, as they have extended their lead. It is now a 3-0 ball game. So now top bottom of the fourth. First pitch is a little blooper, but it will be taken in and caught out there by Bryce Harper and right. And so that is going to end the inning, but another run for Chicago here, and after 4, 3-0 Blue Sox in front. And now 1-2 pitch here, 5th inning, and he got him. He went looking. Langoliers down on strikes again. Tristan McKenzie, another K. Man, after struggling in his first start in the playoffs, Tristan McKenzie has just been incredible here in this game, and he is just pitching out of his mind. As an 0-1 pitch, a ground ball, and that's going to be a base hit into right field. So Tristan McKenzie right now getting a look at his line, 5 Ks, and a walk, only 2 hits allowed through 5.1 innings in this game, and that's going to be a little blooper, and that should be caught actually deeper than I thought, but that is going to be caught out there in the outfield, and that is going to end the inning. Man, middle of the 6th, what a great performance here. 6 innings and only 2 hits from the youngster Tristan McKenzie. So bottom of the 6th here, new pitcher on for Atlanta with a man on first base. That's going to be another strikeout. And 2 down now in the frame. And now Glenn Mercer is going to swing and send a little fly ball out into the outfield. It is taken in for the out. And we are through 6 innings now here. And I mean, both teams so late on the hits. Only 6 hits combined through 6 innings in this one. But and we continue with Tristan McKenzie's great pitching performance here in the 7th. And that's a swing by Bryce Harper. He hit that ball well and in the gap, and that ball's over the wall. So Bryce Harper finally getting Atlanta on the scoreboard here in the 7th. A home run there. And his first of these playoffs. And, man, maybe, he's really struggled in these playoffs. But that is a big swing. And now you have a little bit of confidence here if you're Atlanta. Only down by 2. Your pitching staff has kept you in it. And so the offense has got to come through, but you got to get more than just that. So Jesse Winker here now will sing and hit a little grounder right back to Tristan McKenzie, who throws it on to first to end the inning. And man, a round of applause here for Tristan McKenzie tonight. That might be his last inning. 3 hits. They do get that run though, and that is his last inning. So 7 innings, 3 hits. Only 1 earned run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. I think he could have gone into the 8th, but they bring in another pitcher here for Chicago in this 8th inning. But what a great game. And that might be the key here to victory for Chicago. And that is going to be a strikeout. And man, Atlanta down to the last 4 outs of the game. And here we go. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Throw on to first base is in time. That is going to be the end of the 8th. And oh man, Chicago now is just 3 more outs away from buying their trip to the World Series. Here we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th really quick. Bases are loaded here. But a pop-up by Glenn Mercer ends the inning. That was a chance by Chicago to just blow the game wide open right there. But they do not do that, and they do not blow this game open, and so it's still a 2-run lead here for Chicago. And Glenn Mercer out visibly upset with himself for not taking advantage of that opportunity. But we're going to go to the 9th here, and Chicago is going to try and clinch the National League pennant. Remember, they were here. They lost in the NLCS last year to the Montana Phantoms. And so now this is their chance here as Willie Castle coming on in. Pitched 6.2 innings so far. Is 3 of 3 in save opportunities, even with a pretty high ERA. But a 2-2 swung on and missed as their pinch hitter cannot make contact with it, and now down to their last 2 outs. Chicago trying to clinch their first National League pennant in franchise history. Here is Brian Reynolds, their leadoff man here for Atlanta. Got to try and get something going. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, that was a nasty pitch by Willie Castle, way inside and down low. Man, that was a disgusting off-speed pitch by Willie Castle right there. My goodness. And now it's Xander Bogaerts. Here we go. Down to their last out. Here's the 1-1. It's fouled off. And now it's a 1-2 count. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch down to their last strike. Can they keep the season going? And he pops it up in the infield. Over to catch it and make the grab. And the Chicago Blue Sox have won the pennant here in the National League. And they are going to their first World Series in franchise history. How about that? The best team in the National League. Over 100-win season. The only team to win 100 games this year. And they are going to the World Series. And they have won the National League Championship Series. Congratulations, Chicago. Man, what a good team this is. A great offense. A very balanced pitching staff. And Rhys Hoskins, remember they traded for him at the deadline. And he has been a key cog to this team. And he has a chance at World Series action in his first year with Chicago. And Tristan McKenzie, what a job. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. 7 brilliant innings to lead Chicago to the pennant here. Great win for the Blue Sox. What a great job, and they are going to be in the World Series. And for Atlanta, a great season. You know, only their second trip ever to the playoffs, but they do fall in the NLCS, and they are going to just have to continue building on this momentum that they got from last season and go into next year and hopefully be even better. So we are going to move on here. Now we get to the American League Championship Series, where the Alaska Red Wings right now leading the Houston Reapers 3-2 in this series here. This is Game 6 between Houston and Alaska, as the Red Wings looking to seal the deal here tonight and face Chicago in the World Series. They know that they're going to face the Blue Sox now if they win this game. And here's a series recap. Houston taking a huge Game 5, 5-3. And just a couple of close games, a pretty close series overall between these two teams. But here's Sixto Sanchez going on the mound for Alaska and the Red Wings today against Ryan Yarbrough. We've seen Ryan Yarbrough pitch a couple of times in these playoffs already. So here we go. It's the ALCS, and it is the last playoff game here of this season as we continue with these playoffs. And Sixto Sanchez is going to be pitching, and again, it doesn't seem like a lot of starters had good first starts to the postseason, because Sixto Sanchez apparently really struggled in his first playoff start, but he's a great pitcher here, and he's going to have to try and face a good lineup. Luis Robert batting .244 in the playoffs, and he gets an early strikeout here for Sixto. Starts the game with a K, and a good start for Sanchez as Luis Robert cannot get to it. And it's Chris Bright now with 2 down in the inning and batting .267. He does have 6 ribbies here in these playoffs. And so 7 pitches here for Sixto in the first, and that's only the 8th pitch of the inning. And it's going to be a catch. Oh, what a good play right there by Dino Navarro. Man, he had to run a long way to make the play, but he does make it. And so down goes the Houston Reapers in order in the first inning. And we're going to take a look now at Ryan Yarbrough, who has had 3 starts in the playoffs. This is his 4th start, and we have seen him pitch, I think, once, maybe even twice in the playoffs, and he's been good with a 3.50 ERA and a .72 whip. Really, really good there. Only walked 2 guys in 18 innings, so he's been pretty solid in these playoffs for Houston. And he's going to have to be the guy that's going to force a Game 7 here in this series, as Ryan Yarbrough gets a strikeout there of Dino Navarro. And another look at this playoff bracket, you see Chicago has already punched their ticket into the World Series. So Houston trying to force a Game 7, and for Alaska trying to punch their ticket to the World Series here. 2-2 pitch to Miguel Andujar is a hard ground ball right to the second baseman to end the bottom of the first. So done with an inning here. No score, no hits so far, and I expect this might be a pitcher's duel type of a game here, as these are the 2 aces on this team's staff. Actually, never mind, Sixto Sanchez is not an ace, but still, 2 good pitchers here mashing up. So Michael Conforto, he's been really hot in the playoffs, 3.11 on the average and 7 ribbies, and he takes ball 4 down below the knees. So a walk and a man on here now for Justin Upton. Full count pitch to him is strike 3 called with a 4-seamer at 96. Sixto's second K, and now Anthony Santander. Look at this guy. 395 average, 5 home runs, 11 ribbies. You remember, he got a home run, a big home run in the last episode. He's been their best hitter on this team for Houston. He's been so good for them, but that is a little pop-out to third base that is going to end the inning. Miguel Andujar there to make the catch, and frustrating there for Santander. He had an RBI opportunity, could not take advantage. So we get now to Seth Beer, who has just been so good. 15 for 28, 536 in the playoffs, and he has been incredible. And he will get another base hit off of the diving attempt right there by the right fielder. Another hit. He's batting basically 600 in the playoffs, and that is a nasty pitch from Ryan Yarbrough. And now an 0-2 to Michael Ciani, and he strikes him out as well to end the bottom of the second. So the third one of the game for Yarbrough, and through 2 innings, both teams with a hit, but no runs And no offense so far. So we go top 3 now. Sixto Sanchez here. Full count pitch to Paul DeJong, and he sends it into the gap, and it's going to be over the head of Navarro and off of the wall for a double. So extra bases there for Paul DeJong, and a man in scoring position for the leadoff hitter, Luis Robert. Full count pitch is strike 3 called high in the zone, and man, Luis Robert did not like it, but I think that was a strike. And now Eugenio Suarez, looking silly on a 98 four-seamer, high and tight. Sixto Sanchez, he's got great stuff, and he can make you look silly. And man, did he make Suarez look absolutely silly on that swing. So now 1-2 to Conforto, and that's another strikeout. My goodness. So a strikeout of the side right there by Sixto Sanchez, working around the jam. Bottom 3. 1-2 pitch to Eli Francisco, and he absolutely drills it. Francisco is going to have that bounce off the wall. Man, he absolutely smacked that ball. Really, really hard contact there. So now Ahmed Rosario here with him on second base. Diving stop, but they were not going to get him at first base. Don't have really a chance there. At least they made a stop there for preventing a base hit. So now Dino Navarro here. He's going to hit a fly ball. This should be deep enough. Plenty in center field. That actually almost was a home run. Right in front of the wall, and that is going to be enough to score the runner pretty easily there. As in to score comes Francisco, and Alaska takes the first lead of the night, 1-0 here in the 3rd inning. So now 2 outs here in the 4th, and that is ball 4 to Wilson Contreras, who gets on base here. And it will keep the inning going. Sixto Sanchez, 77 pitches already right now. And that's a line drive. That's going to be a base hit. And so now 2 men on here and 2 men out. And Sixto Sanchez, 86 pitches now. And that is ball 4. Jeez, a walk. And bases are now loaded. Sixto Sanchez with the pitch count really high already. I mean, these hitters for Houston are just working the count really hard against Sixto Sanchez right now, not giving him anything easy, and they are going to take Sixto Sanchez out of the game here in just the 4th inning. So in comes Eric Lauer, who's pitched 4.2 innings in the playoffs and has been decent. And man, Sixto Sanchez, just too many pitches. I mean, 87 pitches, and he doesn't even get through the 4th. Now, bases loaded, a huge spot in this game, and Luis Robert, little tapper, picked up by the catcher, and they're not going to get him. Luis Robert too fast, using that speed as a leadoff hitter to beat that out and tie the game at 1. So an interesting way to score here, but you're still not out of danger yet. And that is ball 3, high by Eric Lauer. Can't walk him, nowhere to put him. So here comes a 3-0, and he walks him as that's inside. So walked him on 4 pitches, and in comes a run. In comes Santander, and now it's 2-1 Houston. So Eric Lauer coming in the game and trying to, correct things here a little bit and get out of this 4th, and he's given up a couple of runs here. It's now 1-2 to Chris Bryant. Ground ball stopped by the 3rd baseman, and they're going to go home with it. And they get the out to end the inning. That was a pretty good play, though, by the 3rd baseman, who not only had to make a good stop, but had to make a strong throw to the plate in order to get the out. But 2 runs for Houston. It could have been worse, honestly. But they are now ahead. So now we go bottom 4. Eli Francisco swinging and missing to end the 4th inning. And Ryan Yarbrough, man, a good start. Getting those strikeouts, and I mean, he's a good pitcher, right? So it's going to be difficult to really get anything against him. So now 4 hits even after 4 innings here for both of these teams as we go into the 5th. And Michael Conforto, a 2-2 pitch, is caught and looking for strike 3. So that's Eric Lauer's first of the game. And there's a swing and a miss by Justin Upton. So a strikeout there. And we are going to go now. Bottom 5, G-Man Choi is batting. And he is 0 for 1 so far tonight. And here comes the pitch to line up by line up. 1-2. Fly ball. That might drop. And it will. Drops right in front of the right fielder. Excuse me, the left fielder who just couldn't get there in time. A long run. And he couldn't make it. And so now Ameta Rosario getting one into the gap. That is going to be down. And that is going to be against the wall. G-Man might think about scoring. He will not. He's going to hold at third base. And here comes Alaska. Their offense is doing some damage here, as that's going to be a base hit actually off of the Yarbrough, and that's going to score a run. As it's off of Ryan Yarbrough to tie the game at 2. And so, man, Gino Navarro getting a ribby there. Now Miguel Andujar diving stop of the first baseman, a little toss to get the out, but the runners move to second and third. So now 2 men in scoring position, and now you have Trey Mancini, who has been really good, and he has a dangerous power threat in this lineup, and it looks like they're going to give him the intentional pass here. So they're going to intentionally walk that Trey Mancini to load the bases now, and here is a absolutely massive spot in this game with Ryan Yarbrough's pitch count going up. He's got to figure out a way to get out of this jam, and here he is, Seth Beer. He's batting .533 in the playoffs. Here we go, a 2-1 pitch to him. Is swung on, absolutely crushed, driven into left field, and it is gone. It's a grand slam. Seth Beer, unbelievable. Oh, how about that? Seth Beer, a 4-run lead, just like that for Alaska. Wow, playoff MVP. No doubt about it. For the Red Wings, this guy has been so good, and now he might have just given the Alaska Red Wings that berth they needed to make the World Series with that swing. Unbelievable, and that is going to be the game for Ryan Yarbrough, who struggled in that inning. Gave up a monster grand slam, and now Houston is down by 4 just like that. Oh man, tough hit to give up, and Ryan Yarbrough just not a great game there. 4.1 innings and 8 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned. You know, just a terrible 5th inning for him. And so now Michael Ciani here is going to ground out to first base, but that is going to end the inning, but the damage has been done. Seth Beer, MVP for Alaska, and a late bloomer here for the Red Wings in this franchise, and he is incredible, one of the best hitters in the league, and he has been an unbelievable player for the Red Wings here in the playoffs. So now a 2-6 game, and that's a strikeout. And for Eric Lauer, he's got a 4-run cushion now, and it looks like he might want to really take advantage of that 4-run cushion. Top of the 7th inning now. Lauer still pitching 0-2 to Luis Robert, a ground ball and a base hit up the middle. Oh, wait, the ball is bobbled by the center fielder, and Luis Robert goes all the way to second. Wow, how about that? Okay. Luis Robert getting all the way into scoring position there, and you see, look at this, using his speed. We saw it earlier in the game when, he was needing to get on base and beat it infield, little tapper, and then he does it again by turning that single into a double. So now a full count. Oh no, 3-1 pitch is a walk, ball 4, and Eric Lauer upset at himself, and that might be it for him in this one, and it will be as Ramon Ramirez comes into the game. The thing about Alaska is their bullpen is very sketchy. Not very, not an elite bullpen, not a great bullpen, so you figure maybe they can get something against this bullpen, as that's a strikeout. for Conforto. But you got to try and get something against this bullpen. It's not a great bullpen. Shouldn't really be all that crazy hard of a task. But you know what? I mean, you're down by 4. You got to start doing it now, and that's a pop-up. And that is going to just drain you if you're Houston right there, because you needed to score in that inning, and they just didn't. So, 7th inning stretch time in middle of the 7th, and if you're Alaska, you have to be feeling pretty dang good about this game. So here comes Seth Beer. Home run, single, 4 ribbies. He's got 3 homers and 7 RBIs in this series alone. And is batting 14 for 23 in this series. Incredible stuff. And he strikes out, though, on a low sinker at 98 from Boozdog Gatterall. And an 0-1 is a little fly ball that is going to be caught to end the bottom of the 7th. So, you know, you only have 6 more outs left before your season is over. If you're Houston, you got to have some sense of urgency here as Dan Winkler comes into the game, one of the few reliable playoff and relief pitchers for this team. 4 innings in the postseason already, and he's had a great playoffs. And here comes Paul DeYoung on a 2-2 pitch. Is a ground ball. That's up the middle. That's going to be a base hit, and that is going to be a run scored. So, okay, you've cut the lead in half. It's now a 3-run game. Paul DeYoung saying, okay, let's start something here. Luis Robert now is going to in a ground ball. Second baseman over to short, and they get them in time. That's going to end the top of the 8th, and I think they needed to get more in that inning, and now it's going to come down to the 9th inning, and you're going to be facing the best reliever, in my opinion, in the entire series that we have right now in Roberto Osuna. 6.1 innings already, 2 saves and 2 opportunities. I mean, he is such a good relief pitcher in this franchise, and this is the guy you're going to have to score 3 runs against in order to try and do anything here in this game. As Eugenio Suarez is up, and the 3-day hit, 2 to him, is swung on and missed for strike 3. And Osuna starts the inning with a K. And now 2 more outs. All he needs to get, a man on first. Michael Conforto, a full count pitch, is high for ball 4. And just like they were doing with, just like Houston was doing with Sixto Sanchez, Roberto Osuna's had to pitch a lot. 30 pitches here already in the 9th. But that's a ground ball. This could be a double play. To second for 1. Back to first, it's a double play, and the Alaska Red Wings have done it. They have won the pennant, and for the 2nd time in franchise history are going to the World Series. And your World Series matchup is set, as it will be the Alaska Red Wings and the Chicago Blue Sox. Congrats to Alaska. They are moving on, and they have won the American League this season, the American League champions. And they were great all season long. Actually, they also won over 100 games. They had the best record in all the MLB, so they will have home advantage. But 101 wins, and Seth Beer, of course, hit a grand slam, player of the game, player of the series for Alaska. So that's it for the championship series, and now we'll explain something a little bit here about the World Series. We will not have any World Series videos on the channel. My brother did not record any of the World Series games, unfortunately. So this is it for this first season, and this is it for the playoffs here, and we're gonna, we're just gonna talk more about it here as a win. But yeah, we don't have any World Series games. We don't have any World Series coverage. So this is the end of the first season, guys. Thank you for your support. But opening day of the season 2 of this franchise will be the next video that comes out. But just to let you know, the Chicago Blue Sox won the World Series in this sim, and they won in 6 games, I believe, over Alaska. So The Chicago Blue Sox are your World Series champions. Sorry that we could not get any World Series highlights for you, but that is what ended up happening there. And you've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Thank you guys for watching this season, and just have a great day. Thank you for your support. Subscribe, remember to do that, and like the video, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for watching.